G'day guys and welcome to the VEMA Trader Entry Setup Series. There's probably a cool acronym for that, I'll have a think about that later. But this setup I'm going to be running you is a little bit of a way to hedge your bets, essentially. I sort of like the idea of it when I'm not really sure. I think there might be a strong breakout, or I want to sort of cover myself if there is a strong breakout. So let's say that we're looking at this level we are on Doge, right? That's a pretty strong EQ. You can see it's held really well there. I feel like there's a good chance if this breaks, it might break violently. So let's say I'm looking for the long. So we're looking for something like this. We want cross because price is currently below that. So we're looking for the cross. I will pretty much always use candle close on crosses, right? It helps you avoid getting caught by these wicks. It's just the way I like to trade. I like to have the security of knowing that candle close is there covering me. Risk management, don't worry too much about that because that's not what so much this video is about. Let's just use a fixed percent of 2%, should be plenty. And we'll target way up here for 1325. 1325. Cool. So that is the first setup, right? So let's call this one strong EQ level. Want to catch breakout. Let's just use 4-hour EQ. And my confidence, I don't love breakout trading. I'm going to go 5. I'm pretty happy today. So that way, if price closes above alpha, we'll get into that long. But the problem with candle close, well, not the problem because it's kind of a good thing, but potentially where you can miss trades, I guess, is if this candle really pumps. So the candle that breaks, let's say it closes way up, it doesn't even have to move that far. Right? If it closes above about there, I'm going to be getting into a less than 2-to-1 trade. VEMA's going to reject me because my minimum risk to reward is set at 2, and so I'm not going to get this trade. So what we can do there, so that's something like that at the moment. What we can do there, if we're worried that this might break really violently and we don't want to miss this trade, is we can also add a second trigger. So let's put that one, I'm going to go above these wicks. Let me show you guys them. So above those wicks, in fact, there's probably a little bit of a level right there. So I'm going to go above that level. All right. Now let me get rid of this. We're still looking at basically the same trade. We still want that long. I just want to keep an eye out for that EQ. So I'm going to put my trigger just slightly above that level. And then I'm going to delete that level to keep the chart nice and clean. And I'm going to add a new trade. So it's going to be very similar. We want Bravo now. We're still going long and we still want a cross. I'm not going to add candle close. This Bravo trend line is essentially my insurance, right? If price comes up above alpha and closes somewhere in here, cool. I'll be into that trade based on the alpha setup. If price rockets, this Bravo is here to get me into that trade without waiting for the candle close. So I'm not setting candle close on that. It's essentially my hedge is the wrong word. Hedge is typically, locking in profits when you're long and short on something. But it's a bit of insurance. If price does really moon through here, and especially we're on Doge, right? Known for mooning. This is like my catch the moon shot, I guess. So happy to use the same exchange account because that way I won't get pulled into both accidentally. So it's good to have one or the other. Risk to reward, that's all staying the same. Let's use other side of trend line for this one, and we'll go the same. We'll go at 2%. And do you know what? I'm going to target not here. I'm going to target, because this is my moonshot one. Let's go for a big 1397. Value 1397. Cool. So this is like in place to catch rockets essentially. And then we use the same notes. So 4-hour EQ. If it breaks or Elon tweets, Doge. I'm not going to say gunner. Doge may moon. Doge may moon. And my tags, I'm going to put moonshot on this one. That's what I'm going to call this strategy. I don't like moonshot because it might be short as well. Cool name for this. Okay, I can't think of a cool name. Shouldn't have put this pressure on myself. Let's just go with. Market stop, the most boring name possible. If anyone thinks of a cool name for this, let me know. There's definitely a better name for this strategy. Let's call it hedge your bets. Hedge your bets. That's a cooler name. It's not super accurate, but we'll run with that. I'm going to go with a 5 on that one. And again, I'm very happy. So hopefully that shows you guys just a cool little way to cover yourself in the event of big candles. Not cover. I've got to be careful with my words because cover is another technical term that doesn't really fit here. But, to sort of give yourself the option to catch those moonshots as well as getting the better entries when you just do get the close above the level you're paying attention to. So I wouldn't use this all the time. There's specific scenarios where, I think this is worth using. But a really good example of where this would have been super valuable is right here on Bitcoin. So let's say that you were looking at the 1 hours. There was this sort of, broadening wedge. Something like that probably, and like that. And so if you had set your trigger here and used candle close, you would have missed this trade because that was a huge candle. But if you'd had your second Bravo, maybe clear of these wicks, something like that, then you potentially would have got into this because Bravo didn't have candle close, and you'd be sitting pretty in a really nice trade right now. So yeah, hopefully that shows you guys a cool way to use VEMA, cool entry strategy. If you have any other cool strategies or anything, let me know. I love to hear about them. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon.